Listen to my story. This may be our last chance. Palamecia, a world of hope unbound. A world that Yuna and I could save together by becoming warriors of light. Being a savior didn't sound like a bad deal at all. Too bad I couldn't make it. I was a heretic. Torn out of one world and shunned in the next. I lost hope. However, Yuna holds on to the dream that we'll return to Spira together. Which only really leaves me with one choice to make. I have to see her home, no matter what.
You going too?
If it works.
You think it will?
Ready either way.
And with that, welcome back to Mobius Final Fantasy and the Final Fantasy X event, A Dream Within a Dream. You arrived in Zanarkand at last, with the goal of helping Tidus find the hope he needs to get back to Spira. Your first step should be to head for the Dome, the place where we couldn't continue last time.
My story is not over yet.
I just don't understand what Tidus is thinking. He wants Yuna to get back to Spira, but seems so against returning himself.
It's not that he's necessarily against going back. He's already set his mind on the fact that Spira doesn't want him. That if he goes back, there will be no place for him.
If there's no place for you, well then, you make one! Tidus knows that! How is this any different from when he was taken from Zanarkand? From when he forged his place in a strange new world with the help of Yuna and the others? He's done it before!
Whatever the reason, he's chosen to turn his back on the life he built there. He's accepted the fact that as far as Spira is concerned, he doesn't exist. I've no doubt he would have chosen another way if he could. But he couldn't. And he's made his peace.
I'm sure it wasn't easy to come to terms with that.
I bet. I know I wouldn't want anyone else telling me how I should feel.
But is Tidus right about that? You played 10 too, you know. At least Yuna hasn't forgotten him. She still cares a lot.
I will cast them away.
Oh. Mean.
For the hope of the world. Sins of time eternal. Surround them.
Well, that did it. Tell me, can only summoners pass through?
This was the final destination of all summoners in Spira. They would set forth on a pilgrimage to temper their strength. But only those who made it here were granted the power to combat sin.
So this is sort of like their holy place?
Yeah, but it was built on false hope. The summoners were forced to give up their lives to attain their goal.
What? Then what are we doing here?
We now have hope beyond that. Hope worth the risk.
Let's go. These are called fireflies. They respond to people's thoughts.
My pleas, they've been heard. Turn light into hope.
Light? A crystal.
Tell it your earnest wish.
Looks like that did it. Well, sort of.
The light of hope shall guide us home to Spira. And the fireflies gathered here shall make radiant that light. We should continue to look for more of them.
Huh, that's it? Collect the fireflies and then off to Spira?
It's not as simple as that. The fireflies draw power from the thoughts of those around them. So it is the crystal bearer's hope that becomes our guiding light.
You aren't getting home until that crystal is nice and bright.
I have hope. I want more than anything to bring Yuna back to Spira safely. But something's missing. It's gotta be the fireflies. Let's look for more.
Or maybe it's that Yuna isn't here in the first place. Remember, this isn't Yuna. This is something else that has taken her form. Fireflies flutter about the dawn, serving as a beacon to summoners who attempt their pilgrimage. You must complete the trial that awaits if you wish to proceed further.
For the hope of the world.
That was the wrong one.
Surround them. I will end the spiral of conflict. For the hope of the world. I will cast them away.
So. Fire lockout. Attack with fire. You were supposed to use your Aeons.
Fire in your heart can melt even ice!
Yep, I've just seen that, right? Doesn't look like we can go any further. Let me guess, another trial? The final trial is the culmination of a summoner's training thus far. One must overcome it to prove they are worthy of fulfilling their purpose. So somewhere around here is a lock that'll take all my skills to open. Not exactly. We need to find a key. With that we should be able to unlock the way forward. Oh, that sounds easy. Putting the key in the lock is easy, sure, but finding it is the real test. A test we welcome with a plump. We'll stake our very lives on our ability to make Charles Barry out of this pitiful trial. You wanna go this alone, then? Echo just volunteered, right? Find a way ahead with... the way ahead has been closed off. Find the key and insert it into the altar to progress. That can seal fire element, but Aeons are immune to these effects. If you want to aim for your foe's weak spot, consider bringing along Ifrit.
My story is not over yet.
There's the key.
Train all you want. You'll never catch up.
Okay. Alright, time to keep going. I'm not saying that was easy, far from it. But what exactly was it meant to test? Simple. Our resolve. As we enter our journey towards closer, there's a danger that our will finish it will waver. I see a journey completed means farewell said or unsaid. Either way, it's not exactly the happy end it's cracked up to be. Yes, even the fireflies in this area are changed by the bittersweet thoughts filling the heads of those who walk the path. That did it. Let's hurry forward. Why the rush? The crystal still has a ways to go until you can make it back to Spira. That's exactly why we should hurry. We need to find the fireflies and give her the light of hope. That's the only way Yuna will get home. Got it. Alright, let's go. Fire lockout, still as usual.
You lost. What a surprise.
Mind if I go alone?
What for?
Want to try something out.
Be careful.
I will.
Just gonna let him go?
Wasn't any stopping him. Let's see what he comes up with.
Okay, Tidus goes on ahead. But I think it's still depending on the summons basically.
Get a load of this! Game set!
Is that knight floating? I think he is actually. He's not really standing on the ground. Okay, there's Famford.
Victory!
So, any luck with that thing you risked life and limb to test out?
Definitely.
Wow, look how much brighter it is!
Palamecia is all about fulfilling your hope, right? So I figured if I took down the monsters that were keeping Yuna from Spira, then my hope would get more intense.
And with that, the crystal would shine. Good thinking.
Not only that, but I can feel myself getting stronger as my hope gets closer to becoming reality. That's how it works here in Palamecia. Before long, the crystal will guide us straight to Spira. I know it. You'll see everyone again soon. I promise.
Yes, I can't wait.
All right, let's keep this good feeling rolling.
One thing that worries me, normally when you have a crystal here in Mobius, they have this whitish blue glow, but this one has this yellow one. Yukon's trial. Nebraska, Yukon, those are all high summoners. Take that for. Don't think it's a help here, but ow. Aua.
Well, guess I'll give you a break.
Smells like smells like another trial to me. Ah, this place gives me the creeps. Roads it off again, huh? Not quite. There's no road to speak of. How odd. I'm sure we'll find a clue if we look. You are unable to find the path forward. Perhaps inserting the proper key into the altar will provide you with ingress. You can try to pit you against foes that can steal water element. So, Shiva. By the way, since I just remember this, I highly recommend not using a drop that actually has water orbs for these areas, because when these elementals use the water lockout, all your orb, when you use Shiva and you turn back to your character, you keep all the water orbs when you have water, and when the water lockout comes, all of them disappear. And your Aeon stands there without orbs. Where the water orbs disappear. And now summon Shiva. Next turn, I'm back at Yuna. I get water lockout and all my orbs are gone. Again. As long as these enemies are easy as they are currently, that is not too much of a big a deal, but
have to keep this up.
Yeah, if it gets harder, you struggle here somehow. Avoiding this pitfall is probably quite good. So many flans.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay. Now, Alter, where's the key? The path on. Oh, guess what? Your favorite, another brain-bending trial. Doesn't matter whether I like them or not. It seems like they have a way of finding me. That's an interesting way to look at things. That's the way to cope with a constant hustle. That's all trials are in the end. I suppose the ones we've been doing are no exception. Oh, poor you. Appreciate the sympathy. Okay. I think I remember the path here. Left. Oh, since I probably cut these out, there's of course still fire monsters here. All are one shot for Shiva. Just so you know.
Tidus is back to his old self, and the crystal is more radiant than ever. It won't be long before the light of hope guides you back to Spira.
I don't doubt that. But he's so focused on getting Yuna home, I fear he isn't thinking about himself.
That's part of it. He also might not want to go back.
How can we change his mind?
One thing's for certain. He's set on seeing Yuna return. Good luck making him do otherwise.
I just feel like the real Yuna would know what to do. She always did.
But you aren't the real Yuna. And worrying about what she would do won't get you anywhere. This is a problem you need to solve yourself. With some advice, of course.
Why don't you try being honest with him? Hey, I know I'm not really Yuna, but let's go back to Spira together. See it with Spirit, he'll be smitten.
I'm scared. Maybe he would have gone back with her. But I'm not her, and I don't know what he'll do.
Well, this of course will run into telling him the truth in some way or another, because Tidus still doesn't know that this isn't the real Yuna. Okay. Kick, kick. Oh, another one for the black one. Water lockout. Attack with water.
The snow may melt, but our memories together won't.
You look well.
Never been better.
You're not tired?
I can rest later. First, I gotta make sure this crystal's bright enough to get Yuna home.
Speaking of that, mind if I ask you something?
Sure.
I know getting Yuna to Spira is your top priority. But what about you? You planning on staying here in Palamecia after she leaves? After she says goodbye?
Maybe.
But why?
Can't really say. And I really can't afford to think about it right now. There's still a lot of work to do.
Okay. But I think I end the episode here. Off screen I might get this treasure left there. And of course the classical sphere grid stuff. And I'm pretty sure this is just a path up here and to the right. But yeah, until next time, when we continue here through the Dome of Xenakant and find a way home for Tidus, I hope. I'm Mace, and until then, don't get lost.